Okay, I'm back, and I'll just wait for y'all to come back. Okay, thank you. Hi, China Rights. And what is this? I am Jabrail. Jabrail? Thank you, y'all. We appreciate you coming on back. Give Omari a moment to catch his breath. And we're going to use this second half to ask a few questions. There he is.
Back. Somebody said we are back.
We're back. Thank you so
You
much.
you look good, KB.
Thank you. Are we trying?
Not very difficult for you. You happen to have been blessed in that department from God.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you.
Absolutely.
Did you see me on TV last week?
No, I didn't see. You didn't tell me nothing.
You know what? I didn't tell you because you were in transit that
Oh yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You were in transit that day.
So
But I
wait,
have,
what? With Congressman Lewis? Was it involving that?
yeah, I sang at his funeral.
Oh, KB, word.
Yeah.
You know how special it
That's
was.
why
Both.
somebody said something earlier. They said, great job singing at
Oh my
Congressman
God.
Lewis' funeral. And then somebody said, "Are you the same person?" And I got a lot of DMs that asked, "Was I the same?" Because my DM is all about pretty much bronze lens for the
Yeah,
most part.
yeah. Do they
And
know that you sing? Did they know? Did people know? Yeah, people know that you do music.
some
Okay.
people do, some don't, but they do now.
Yeah, you're not the same in that department.
You
It's like,
know,
oh, it's covert. We got to get overt with it. It's covert,
right,
right?
multifaceted,
That's
you
right.
know, and I
But
try to be
Congressman
the
Lewis,
same.
big prayers to anybody that cared about him and had a personal relationship with him. Myself and Kathleen were able to be very close to him. And,
Yeah, it's
they asked me, KB, it was crazy. I got the team, uh, Isaac and Michael Collins, and then some others that were very much around him during those last days. They allowed me to give some words to him, and so they played it for him, which is crazy. Crazy.
wow.
So it's just a long message. I tried to ask moms and pops if they wanted to say anything.
Hmm.
I asked my siblings and about 8 other people who I really admire and think enough of that in whatever they would have also said to his ear if they had that opportunity.
Hmm.
Um, that I would give them the opportunity to say that via me saying it. And so then I added whatever I needed to end it with. But really super
Wow.
cool. John Burns and myself. John Burns was also a very dear friend of mine, like a little brother, but he's a lawyer in DC who I do a lot of the anti-bully work with in DC. And he's
Okay.
the one who created Icon Talks, which is that special platform that honors elder statesmen and
Hmm.
stateswomen, and then
Hmm.
equally celebrates the young and up and coming. So he and
Hmm.
I were asked to give, a word or two as he was on his deathbed, literally, which was just an amazing thing.
Wow.
But he's
Wow.
like that. He's like that thing that we feel when we're in front of mountains, right? Literally, when you're in front of a mountain, you're reminded how small we are. But when you're in front of
Hmm.
Congressman
Hmm.
Lewis, you're like, oh my God, I'm small. It's
Hmm.
amazing that Donald Trump ever said he was all talk and no action. He was only action.
Donald
you,
Trump should not let the
you can't
words John
like
Lewis fall out of his mouth on any
you know,
day. You
Donald,
know.
you can say the stuff you want to say, like whatever, man. It's a free country, but you can't say that is as contradictory as the
Yeah.
word contradictory means in the Webster's defined manner of it. I mean, he was all action, no talk, all action. Pretty amazing.
Yes, he was.
That's
You know,
dope that you got to sing there, man. That's crazy.
the service was very humbling, but when people were writing me afterwards, what people said was that it was inspiring and it gave them hope.
Mm,
And I hadn't heard
mm,
that word, but I think between seeing the great life that he led, and the service really was beautiful, and then having President Obama speak and give those words of comfort that the nation really needed. We
Yeah,
haven't had a national hug
in a long
moment
time.
in a long time, you know, and he gave that feeling enough, inspired by the work of John Lewis, that people felt hopeful. And I think what we all have to do, and I'll just use this moment before I answer the next question, is if you want to honor the legacy of people like John Lewis and the people that have worked in the trenches for years and been on the ground and in Congress and got the museum that's in Washington. He kept going back to Congress over and over with the bill. If you want to honor that, then you vote.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. You get out and you vote and you take somebody with you, because as someone said, you have to vote like your life depended on it, because right now, this day in 2020, it does. Your life depends on the vote, because we don't want to see this anymore.
At all. I was fortunate enough to be, no, we can't see it anymore. It's not only one, like we can't.
We can't.
And I was fortunate enough to be asked to host, so to speak, this great voters panel forum that, of course, Congresswoman Frederica Wilson had, and was super cool. The AKs hosted it, the Gamma Zeta chapter. And it was an amazing opportunity for me to be able to lend my voice to that moment of what you just stated, which is the moment of truth. This is a moment of truth. It's not like, maybe I vote, maybe I don't. What does my vote really matter? Like, And for all the incarcerated brothers out there and incarcerated sisters, or just people in general of all colors who can't do that, once you're a felon, there's certain things. Once you do certain things on this earth, you can't vote. But what you can do is you can absolutely give your opinion in certain crowds that you're in certain moments that you get to tell it, even if it's behind bars. You can state that thing so that we all continue in a non-toxic directions, because presently we're like in a toxic moment.
Oh my goodness. That's right. Okay, so here's a question for you. Are we getting more episodes with you, Omari, for Power? So in this next iteration, is there any, I know you dead, but is there a flashback? Or wait a minute, you got a twin?
It could have been, right? Because we didn't, what made him kind of such a ghost was we didn't really, and Courtney gave me this year, I asked for it, that we have something of a semblance of the family that he had. We know that Ghost didn't have a father, that he was dead by the time Ghost was 13. We know that Ghost was surrogately raised by a crack mom, and that being Tommy's mother. Tommy was sort of raised by Ghost's father until, of course, we were 13 years of age. And so he's got a mother-in-law and Tasha's mom. Of course, I don't necessarily think that it would be flashback, so to speak, but there'll absolutely be moments where there's a reference or two. There's photographs. There's that relationship. It's not at all, of course, KB, as you're nodding your head in affirmation. It is not the affirmation wanted by the fans. They probably going to start throwing tomatoes at your phone and mine presently.
I gave you the solution. I told you I gave you the solution. You need to have a twin.
Yeah, but they never, that's crazy. We were trying to me and Courtney thought about getting Michael Beach, who for years people always said I look like, and Mike Beach and I are super close. And, I did a movie with him directed by Charles Murray. And that, I think those moments that it didn't go, but those moments that we got excited about, okay, let's bring in a family member of Ghost, even if it's a brother who looks like him, who's mad at him. And we don't learn until Ghost gets out of prison, for example, that he had a brother, because his brother sort of was like, you went the wrong direction, I'm clean, stay away from me. And none of those moments happened. So it's hard to answer that question, because I didn't, in my character, have branches created outside of the absolute family that I made. And the family I made, the little knucklehead shot me. Who does that? You ask who gets voted in as an award recipient 3 times in a row, but what young black Negro, please, what black kid shoots what? I'm
So
still, that one is
take me
still
to
kind
the
of,
table read. Take me
what?
to the table read
No,
when you
take you to the table read.
when you find out.
No, it wasn't the table read. Courtney took me
Was
to
it
eat. She
never
took me to
when
dinner. She took me to dinner.
okay.
She took me to dinner. She was like, "No, I gotta like really like." I ate, and then dessert is either dessert or before dessert was another plate. It was like, and this plate, can you digest this? And I was like, my esophagus, as deep as my voice is, and this all this raspy tenor I got that my people gave me, like my esophagus don't work to digest what you just gave me. So
For
it took me a
what?
minute. Like I had to digest it. And you know, I mean, I felt like I love that 50 always said, I wanted to create a show, and we as a group wanted to create a show. They never asked me my opinion of this, and I'm not a producer, so I didn't have this right, but they wanted a show created where the guy, as you stated, the guy,
The
could
one.
have could have been offed by season one. I just love that. For story's sake, I love it. And obviously, we don't necessarily have a show if the one is taken off by season one.
Right.
But 50 was right. We did a great job, and we were slow with we were arduous, slow, methodical. We prepped the fans well in a way where they couldn't get everything, you know, in this kind of like, oh, I saw it all by season two, I'm out. I ain't gonna watch it no more. We did a good job of sort of dragging it out, but I definitely felt like that was a cool way to approach a show. Now, to exit the show, I never thought Ghost wasn't gonna pass, but I definitely made him pass by the time we gave the world 7 seasons or 8 seasons. There's my, I always thought that. I thought he was gonna die. When I
Oh,
came to the
you
show,
didn't think he would make it to be the businessman person, all of that he wanted to be. That's what.
you know what I thought, KB? I thought like I struggled with Don Shay's character dying. But I absolutely understand, and even the drug dealers I was raised with, that people connected to drug dealers die. So if I understood that, and I'd have been sipped out real quick as to not be the real authentic one to play this one, if I didn't understand that. I absolutely understood, therefore, thusly, henceforth, that drug dealers meet their maker when they can't figure out how to cut across the grain. Now, the great part of the show, KB, was, but he was trying to cut across the grain.
Yes,
Well,
he
sure.
was.
That's what makes it great. But it's weird that, you know, you live by the sword. And as you know, the adage goes, you die by the sword. And so he lived his life, and he was trying to get out of it, and trying to convince his brother and Tommy to let it go, and trying to convince his wife and Tasha to let it go. And neither one of them were involved in that desire. They were like, nah. I asked Tasha, season 1, right? I said, 4th episode or 2nd episode, you never saw me as more? She was like, what's more? We got everything. So that's why there was an immediate, I would remind people, Courtney wrote that. That wasn't Omari's acting. Courtney wrote that brilliant line. What's more? So you got to remind people, like, Ghost, you have to have some empathy for the guy, because he was trying to cut good way back. Unlike Bryan Cranston, who played Walter White to the way of breaking bad from good, or from average to bad. Ghost was breaking bad to good. He was breaking bad. Like, I'm out of bad. Let me do good. And so that's why there's so many people that go, damn, man, he almost. But so I did think that he would die, and I thought it was truthful. I wanted it to be a Shakespearean tragedy. I always felt it to be Shakespeare. And I'm Shakespearean trained as an actor who went and played football on Saturdays. There's that oddity again. But I definitely, KB, felt, yeah, the Shakespearean tragedy would have it as such. The poem should end in poetic justice, or poetic ghostess, as my Aunt Leslie calls me. Poetic ghostess would have it where he's dead now. He met his maker, but I didn't see it pre-season 7 or pre-season 8. And so I'm always gonna be supportive. My little brother forever / son is Tariq, played by Michael Rainey Jr. He's forever like a son to me. His biological father knows that. His mother has always wanted me to be that. And so I gotta root for him. I can't not root for him. It was a character that shot me. Omari's still living. I'm talking to KB right now. It's the 5th of August, and we're in a conversation.
Yes, you
but
are.
As it pertains to connecting to the new, as you said, the new installment, I don't necessarily know if that'll be. And I think the fans will, after a while, when they start seeing me on other things, they'll start to realize, like, you know what? Oh, it was always
You
time
think
to
he's gonna
graduate.
let you go? Is that what you're saying? You think the fans will release that and allow you to go on to other
I
things?
don't think they'll let it go, but I would hope that they let me grow. You set it
Got
up.
you.
You set it up really well, KB.
Yes.
I want us as a people, particularly my Black fans, I want us to
Mm-hmm.
get better at
Mm-hmm.
not commenting to those of us that we admire and look up to in ways of going, oh, you'll forever be this. Don't minimize each other. If we can't be mad at the government for minimizing us when we do it to some of our own people, like, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
Uplift.
can minimize. Don't tell me I'll only be ghost.
Uplift. Oh no. Oh
What?
no.
How?
You're
How?
way too diverse for
So I
that.
want them to not let it go because that's forever flattering. I don't mind the name. That's one of the dopest nicknames ever. But just allow Ghost to be as big as Omari if you're gonna call me Ghost. That's what I always want. So I don't think they'll let it go, but I hope that they go, all right, shit, I guess we gotta kind of move on. Everybody's gotta move on.
Well, speaking of moving on, one of your fans here is Banza Kapinda, all the way
Great name.
from Cape Town.
Oh, that's my place.
All the way from Cape Town.
That's
Okay.
dope. Well, did she ask something?
She didn't ask anything, but hold on. I'm way behind. Are you really friends with Tommy Joseph? Are you really friends with him?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely friends with him, with Joseph Shakora, for sure.
Yes. United Kingdom's in the house also.
Okay. Shout
How
outs to
about
the
you?
UK.
How about that? Yes, I mean, I
I
love
love
it.
it.
Your fans
KB,
are
look at you, man.
international.
Look at you, KB.
What?
You got Kenya. I see UK. I see France. Hi from France. Shout outs to France.
Yes,
Is there
yes.
is that a question? I think we might have
Italy
missed one,
is
KB.
here.
Damn it.
Omari, would you kindly do more? Okay, we talked about that already. Official, I can't read it, but we talked about him doing that. Hope is a word we need right now. Oh, I'm so far behind. This is way back from when I was
Hi
talking
from the
about
UK.
Barack
No,
Obama.
no way is in the house. Stay motivated. Why do you have? I don't know. I don't know what that one was. How's the
Okay,
family? The family's cool. We're trying to deal with quarantine. Family's cool. I need a good
okay.
question so I can say goodbye to y'all on a good one.
Yes, right.
757
How do
Virginia's in the
you
house.
stay
H-Town. Shout outs
motivated?
to Northern Ireland
Here's
and
one
London
from
again.
Shakina Talks, and it says, "How do you stay motivated in the hustle?" So
This
first
is
you
a
have
dope
to
question.
acknowledge the hustle.
That is a
How do you
great
stay
question.
motivated in the hustle?
I think the way to stay motivated in the hustle is, as I said to Kathleen, as I said to you, Kathleen, to remain big in your thoughts. And if remaining big in your thoughts means understanding that there is but one call, whomever answered this question, remember this, there is but one call that you have on earth, but there are so many branches off of that call if you remain in thought of being big. Particularly for those of us that are brown in skin color, Black in race, brown in race too, poverty mentality has become something that we have to sidestep and hurdle. And so staying motivated for me is just trying different things. You know, it might be hanging out with the professional athletes that I mentor. It might be listening to one of them, and that being Saquon Barkley, the incredible running back for the Giants, who asked me a brilliant question, and he continuously keeps asking me this question. He'll go, I know, oh, I'm pretty good at football. Well, you're not pretty good. You could go off and become one of the greatest 15 running backs of all time. He's aware of that, but he always says, but why am I here? So I think to answer that question, I would say using that as sort of a mantra. If that's the rhetorical question that we take a lifetime to answer, like watching a series forever that never ends, where you get ghosts forever. If you are your own ghost, it has to be this thing where if you don't want to kill yourself, obviously, then you equally can't kill your thoughts about how big you can get. So I just have never been
Say that.
I've never killed my thoughts about how big. I never went, I did that one. That one ain't a good idea. I never. If I get the idea, then I'm gonna rock with it. And if it doesn't pan out or show itself to be that which God wanted to be one of the branches of my call, then that's cool. But for me not to try it is more of a death to me. So I think I stay motivated by not killing myself and not killing my dreams with any kind of doubt. Doubt is bad, man. Doubt
It's a
is bad.
killer. Yeah, doubt is a killer.
Shout outs to
Absolutely.
Nigeria. I just saw Nigeria say what up. So shout outs to
All right.
Nigeria.
All right. So let me
Jamaica's
just
in
say
the
this
house.
about Omari. Omari has written over 4,000 poems, including Little Black Boy Wonder, performed and produced by him with Marlon Wayans, David Oyelowo, Eric LaSalle, Jay Ellis, and Sugar Shane Mosley and Bill Duke, among
And
others.
Duke.
His
Yep.
full-length album is scheduled to be released later this year.
Yeah. It's coming. And it's titled 7. I'm giving the fans a season 7.
7. Okay,
After
that's
all,
the
that is
title.
that is the number of completion, right? KB, tell me I'm wrong.
Yes, it
7 is
is.
it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, for me, it's an honor and a pleasure to have had you with us. Before y'all go, I have some announcements, so don't leave just because Omari goes away.
Y'all gotta stay. You know the church. You know the part of church where you can't leave yet. Y'all gotta stay. People be trying to
That's
sneak out
right.
right when the
That's
choir
right.
getting it in. Y'all better
That's
stay.
right. You can't get up yet. But you have been so gracious of your time and your energy. Your team is amazing. As you said, they
Meech is
were.
dope, right? They dope.
Yes, Meech was on it. I mean, from the moment that we talked, he was just right with me. I've corresponded with him. He gets right back to me. So
I'm on it. Yeah, that's
congratulations to you
Smack
on that.
Entertainment, run by Constance Schwartz-Marini and
Okay.
Michael Strahan. Talk about a multitude of talent. Michael Strahan's right in that conversation.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Meech is a day-to-day. I graduated, KB. I got a day-to-day, whatever that's called. Like he's like my day-to-day. That's what they call it.
I love it.
I got a
I
day-to-day.
love it. That's my aspiration is a day to day
You need
as
a
we run the
day-to-day.
festival, you know.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Absolutely.
being you, Kathleen Bertrand. Thank you.
Hug the family,
Done deal. You hug
and
yours.
we'll talk soon. And I'll send you the video from the funeral. I'll send that
Okay.
to you.
Oh, please do
Okay.
that. I would love that.
Email.
I'd be
I'll send in
okay.
your email.
All right.
Okay.
Love you
Bye.
much, KB.
Love you.
Peace. Thank you,
Thank
fans, for
you.
being here with us and hanging out and coming back. And y'all are
Yes.
fire.
Yes.
All of y'all are fire.
Amazing.
All of y'all. Thank you, KB. Peace
Yes. 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 So everybody, while you're still with us, just a couple of announcements. As you know, next week is the opening of BronzeLens Film Festival, the virtual experience. And we hope that you will take time to join us on our website, bronzelens.com, starting Tuesday at 10, and we run to midnight each day. We have films in the morning. We have a powerhouse conversation in the afternoon. My powerhouse guest by Tulane Jones of Array. So I hope you will take the time to join us. Every night we've got a guest DJ, so we'll have the BronzeLens after party. And it's just going to be great every single day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we'll end up on Sunday with our Sunday Brunch with the Brothers, hosted by Roger Bob. It's our cinema and social justice Sunday. And we also will have the BronzeLens Awards on Sunday the 16th. That's the day that we award the best in category for our film nominees. As you know, BronzeLens is an Academy Award qualifying film festival for the Short Film Award. So the person that wins Best Short next Sunday gets an opportunity to apply to the Oscars for consideration of their film. And we did have a film to make it to the top 10 about 2 years ago. There are 76 films in the BronzeLens Film Festival experience for you. And tomorrow at 4, if you tune in here on Instagram, we're going to give you a preview of things that are coming up at the festival, okay? So just be sure to come back and support us. There's no charge for anything, but we really need your support. We've never done anything like this before. And so our success is only measured by the people that will actually tune in and view the films of the most amazing filmmakers ever, all right? So I'll see you tomorrow at 4 here on Instagram. And if not that, then next week, starting Tuesday on bronzelens.com for BronzeLens, the virtual experience. Thank you all so much. I appreciate your comments about my singing. Praise the Lord. It was an awesome opportunity to honor the congressman. And I have a website, which is KathleenBertrand.com, if you want to follow my music. But thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful afternoon. God bless. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Bye.